I'm joined by Dinesh Niar. He is Lenovo's head of India in consumer products. You have come up with a series of laptops and gaming programming products. What are the key features? 3 years has been a long wait, and we have been eagerly waiting to see some great product from Lenovo.
Okay, so this is clearly the biggest launch we've done in a long time. If you were to ask me, there are two parts to this launch. There is this whole new lineup on the Yoga platform, which is the most premium ultra-thin lineup that we have. And then there is the whole new lineup on the Legion and IdeaPad, which is on the gaming side. In a nutshell, if you were to ask me, if I look at three things which we want to kind of tell the consumer in India today, is all these products have a few common themes across the board. One is refined craftsmanship. The design, the amount of time and effort that the team has spent in the design of these products is showcasing itself. Whether if you look at the products, if you look at the contours of some of these products, they are rounded. They come with what we call the jewel edge design. All of these products are coming with a certain level of premium experience. So when you look at what's inside the product, when you look at 4K display, when you look at for example, let me see, 4K display, 16:10 aspect ratio, the highest powered CPUs in the market. This is all on the 12th gen Intel processors. So you look at the premium experience for a consumer. There is refined craftsmanship in terms of design. There is clearly a lot of performance which is going into these machines. And the third part of this is the smart features inside this. So when we keep talking about the fact that these are smarter feature, these are smarter products, the AI engine inside this is clearly helping from that perspective. Let me give you some examples. If you look at the smart vantage services that we have inside these, it can actually, so a lot of the times the consumer, for example, is looking at saying, hey, you know what, how do I want to balance out my machines? Do I want it in a balance mode? Do I want productivity? What this does is it will do it by itself. It will tell you based on what you're working on. It can move from a productivity mode into a balance mode. It has other features like, for example, how do you adjust your battery life? How do you, there are some very interesting features like smart lock, for example. Again, very new to Lenovo. It actually helps you to maybe lock, delete and retrieve a stolen laptop. Now that's smart in any way, whichever way you look at it. And there are a host of these. The most important part outside of all of this, I would say very new as far as most of the industry is concerned, is the fact that we're actually taking forward our commitment to a greener planet in a significant way. So one of the things I want to announce is that all the new products which we are launching today, whether it's the Yoga or the Legion, they come pre-bundled with 100% CO2 offset services. Essentially for the consumer, that means that whatever you're purchasing, whatever is the carbon emission from these products, we are working through UN approved projects to compensate for the amount of carbon that this product will send out in its lifetime. So a consumer should be assured that when they use a Yoga or a Legion, they are being completely environmentally, in a sense, they are actually buying a product which is environmentally sustainable.
16:10 is a very interesting aspect, and also the battery life has improved, what we have been talking about. What do we expect in sound? You have also brought a Dolby sound into your product range, which also gives a very good surround sound feel for any consumer, any buyer, or anybody who is using the laptop. It's more like a studio base. That gives a very good feel. I guess that the battery life has already been maximized to the utility of any consumer, almost 10 hours of battery life.
Yeah, so I mean, when you talk about performance or premium experience, I mean, if I'm a premium consumer, what do I want? I want an immersive experience. Now, immersive experience, for example, on the Yoga 9i, the product which we've just launched, it has a Bowers and Wilkins audio system into it, which means the kind of non-voice, there's no voice distortion at all. It is as clean as it comes from an audio perspective. It is backed by Dolby Atmos, which is the software around it, which basically helps you to optimize the output which is coming out of it. So the audio visual is very, very immersive. The performance, as I mentioned, it's got the top of the line processors which have gone into it. On top of that, the display and the panel, which is what I spoke about even during the earlier part, right? We're basically putting the very best. When you buy a Yoga or a Legion, you're pretty much buying what's best in class out there in every sense of the word. But more importantly, what we also do is we always make it a point to bundle what are very, very critical convenience services along with it. So all our products, whether it's Yoga, whether it's Legion, they are coming with a 3-year warranty inbuilt. They're coming with, for example, on the Legion, we have something which nobody else has, which is the Legion Ultimate Support. Now this is a support by gamers for gamers. You don't find that. You're talking about experts in the market talking to a gamer. They're talking their same language, which is critical. The same thing when it comes to Yoga, we're bundling the premium care. Now what is the premium care? Basically the premium care is you can, if your laptop is down by any chance, you have any issue, you can call at any point of time during the day or night. It's 24 hour, it's 24/7 open for a customer. Next business day, it also takes care of software service, software issues, not just the hardware parts. So end to end, our entire focus has been to make sure that the consumer, when we say the consumer has a premium experience and you're getting the best of what we have, we're kind of making sure that at the back end we're enabling all of that, and it's just not just saying that it's premium. It is premium in all ways.
Consumer always expects upgrade because they have already invested in Lenovo brand and they are your patrons for a while, maybe for a few years altogether. So the patron will look for upgrade, and also the price point, if you can talk about, because that is where Indian consumer, you know it better than me, that they are more sensitive, price sensitive as well.
I think more than being price sensitive, Indian consumers, they are very conscious of the value that they get out of it. So if they're paying money, they want to know that the value that that product that they bought is absolutely worth it. And I think that's what I can assure everyone who's looking at these products, that we've put in the best, whether it's hardware, whether it's the services around it, whether there are features that we have built into it. They've been done keeping in mind 3 major factors: refined craftsmanship, premium experiences, and a lot of smart features which make it easier from a productivity standpoint. Now, can you upgrade? Of course you can. We do, and we are working with partners across the ecosystem to ensure that where there is a consumer who wants to upgrade and take back his old products, give back an old product and upgrade, we do have asset recovery services which help from a product exchange perspective.
In your presentation, you made a very interesting word, new peak. That is something we all been waiting to know, because last 2 years has been a pandemic year, but also it has helped the in-house studying, in-house gaming, and in-house utility of laptop and computers. Where do you see your product hitting the market, maybe in the financial year or the calendar year?
All the products that we've mentioned out here today, everything that we are showcasing to you today, we will launch within the week, if you ask me. Within a week to 2 weeks, all these products will be available in market. Some of them are being launched during Prime Day, which is happening next week. But they will also be available in all our stores across the country. So yeah, we will be available. It will be available all over across all the RTMs that we exist that we are catering to today.
And what is the number of volume business that you're looking at? If we can talk about next 6 months to 9 months, that is there for the.
I wish I could talk about region-specific numbers, but we're not. I would not be able to kind of talk about the business that we want to kind of generate. What I've kind of given on to a glance is the fact that the consumer market per se in India looks fairly stable right now. So we are hopeful that we will pick up a fair amount of share in the market.
And you have over 300 your own stores, or 540 stores, which is for a country like India, big country like India, and the patron of a good product that you present, that is quite a good volume where one could look into for the service, for the buying, for the outright buying.
Yeah, so we have 540 exclusive stores across 230 plus cities today. We are continuing to expand where required today in the market, but I think the time of rapid expansion, if you ask me from a market coverage standpoint, is something that we feel is adequate at this point of time, but we will look at it selectively as we move along. But all these points of sales are also points where the consumer has the choice basically to come back, and if there is a problem with the product, then they go back to the place where they bought the product from. So our stores and our store staff are trained to make sure that from an experience standpoint there is no compromise at all.
Thank you very much, and all the best for the new
you so
product
much.
range that all patrons of Lenovo would be looking for. With camera person Uday Negi, Pranab Prakhar reporting for Vision Television World.
Thank you.